Hey guys, it's me, M.I Crowley. Today's episode will be different as it's an audio only piece of the conversation we had with KoRn guitarist Brian Head Welch and his daughter, Jennea, on the documentary Loud Krazy Love, which will premiere on Showtime on December 14th. Let's have a look.
So I love the film.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I watched the whole entire
Oh, sweet. Oh.
Oh, thank you.
It was very emotional, and whether having a rock star's dad or a math teacher, I saw the bond that you have with your daughter. It's very real and admirable too, because not every parent is like that. You know, it's just you find that out. So I thought it was beautiful. And
Thank you.
But that being said, looking back now, how you quit KoRn and everything, how much is God still in your life years later?
Oh, it's totally like my whole foundation. That's crazy. The first question from Metal Insider: how much is God in your life? I didn't expect that, but I'm not a religious person. I'm not. Yeah. And I'm not a religious person. Like, I'm very spiritual, and I have a relationship with God, and my lifestyle is so crazy where I can't go to church a lot, But I love to meditate, and I love to have that deep union connection with Him, and so that's the foundation of my life, and it's very important to me. So yeah. What about you? What about you, Jennea?
It's been a journey because watching him, because I was pretty much raised Christian, and so
Forced.
but that's okay though. Like it taught me a lot of good morals, but I also saw him go through a lot of struggles personally, and then even in business and stuff with Christian organizations or men or whoever that really screwed him over, and so that was difficult. I'm like, okay, so they're Christians and this is God, but this is what God is. I don't want, I was like, I don't want any of that. And so it's a long time coming, but I think God has really shown Himself to me, you know what I mean? It's definitely been like a very natural, childlike kind of thing, just like you've experienced so many hardships and whatever, but I built this for you, I'm looking out for you, even though things are hard and the world is hard. I got you, and I got your dad. That's basically how I see it.
Got your back.
Yeah. Word up.
KoRn has been everywhere. Aside from this year, I think Jonathan Davis is having a solo touring.
Yeah.
And, you guys been embarking on major tours with the album, also over the years, and you booked some headlining festivals for next year. With that
Yes.
amount of time on the road, how do you avoid your temptations?
Wow, she's getting deep.
I watched the film.
Yep. This is awesome. I avoid the temptations by not really having desire for them, but I don't really have a desire. I'm not a good drinker, and if I drink, I will wake up and have the heaviest depression ever. Not because I'm guilty, but because my body, there's something wrong with it where I can't have even a sip of it. I will wake up with a hangover. It's weird, but it helps me because drinking is bad for me. So those temptations it's just really not a temptation. Drugs, over it. Been there, done that. It's just, and groupies or anything. It's just I have respect for women. Now that I do. I have a daughter. This is look at this generation, man. Feminine movement is just killing it, and they're not. You guys aren't objects, and so I really appreciate women now, and so do the rest of the guys. The other guys are family men, and we grew up. Put it that way.
And I guess, Jennea, you learned to not touch the juice or anything?
Honestly, when I'm 20, like when I'm 21, like I'll probably like try some wine or whatever. But no, oh my gosh, yeah, with mom, dad, and friends and family who like I've so learned, and like when I was younger, when I was like 13, 14, I was like, I don't know, I didn't care enough about myself, you know what I mean? So I did like experiment, just like weed, that's all. Like I wasn't like whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think I needed to learn how to be happy with myself, and now that I am happy with myself, I'm like, I'm cool. Like I'm cool sober. Like I love it, you know. Oh my gosh, we were just talking about that. So when I was younger, like, KoRn was always portrayed as bad, and that I did a lot of bad stuff, and that was bad. That's what he told me growing up, and so that's what I thought. And so, I think as I got older and we saw the guys at I think it was Carolina Rebellion. We saw them and we got to talk and whatever. I was like, I think obviously my mindset changed, and I saw that these were his brothers, and so yeah, I guess I was. There was this point in like May 2012. We were talking. He was like, "So, do you think how do you feel about me going back to KoRn?" And I just felt like that was just something he needed to do. That was his calling, I guess, to go back.
Many people suffer from addiction, depression, and anger. And what coping skills have both of you developed over the years to maintain, keep yourself balanced?
I think when I left KoRn, I went through all this emotional turmoil. About a year later, it's like for the first year, I had a lot of peace, and then everything started coming back up, and so I went through a lot, and it's like every circumstance happened to where it would cause like a mental breakdown. I lost my house. I lost my money. I got betrayed by people. All these. What happened? I felt like it was a emotional cleansing, because all that stuff came to the surface, and it was also healing because I walked in just trust and faith and forgiveness and everything, and so I got to a place where I was like, wow, I can get through anything. And so now when circumstances come that aren't, I got bad days too. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but when circumstances come, I'm like, wait, this isn't reality. This is only temporary. And this is going to work out, because everything always works out in the end if you just keep believing and keep trusting. So that's what I do, and that helps me a lot. I do get, oh my gosh, road rage is hard for me. That's something, but it's funny because the things like that are harder for me than like big things, huge things. Like if something happened to a car or something, I'd be like, oh well, it's just a car, But road rage, oh god. That's where I need help there.
Many of us do, so you're not
right? Okay.
I want to answer that too. Okay, so was the question like anger, or what was it? Just coping skills in general? Oh, depression too. Yeah.
Yeah, you do depression. I did anger.
Blue. Oh, okay. So.
Right.
Sorry, I go blah, blah, blah. For me, depression was pretty like heavy, and like suicidal thoughts, self-harm stuff. I've done a ton of counseling with Tiffany, and I've learned a lot of skills, and something that really like was important to me was like, I guess I think connection is really important, and having people around you, because growing up I felt like I couldn't connect to anyone, and so I think knowing in my head that if I was gone, he would be a wreck. She would be a wreck. You know, so many people that I had the realization that people care, and oh my gosh, everybody, like there's someone that cares for you deeply, and so I think with that in my head, that helps me a ton when because I mean I still struggle, and like I think it's always going to be an ongoing battle, and so yeah, that's something that keeps me going for sure. That's a coping skill, knowing that I'm loved.
Jennea, in the film, you were playing guitar. You stated how you enjoy singing.
Mhm.
Do you have any musical projects for yourself?
Oh my gosh.
That's
Not.
what you said in the film. Oh my gosh.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know.
I think she did.
I don't know. Not yet, but I love music, and it's more of a hobby for me. So maybe in the future, like it's such an art form for me, but we'll see. It's definitely not gonna be metal. I'm so like hippie, like I don't know. I like acoustic guitar. I mean, I love metal. I'll listen to like whoever, but personally, I'm so like.
She knows how to find talent, man. She found like Post Malone when he was like just coming out, just had like one of those hits or something. And Billie Eilish, she was listening to her like before she blew up, so she knows, man. She's got an ear.
And Brian, is there anything in the works that you have with Love and Death?
We're trying to finish the record in January. I think we're going to finish the other half. We got half done. My God, that's been a long wait. I swear. And so the producer's in Breaking Benjamin now. That's the problem. And I'm in KoRn. So I'm like, hey, you home? No, I'm on tour. And he gets home. He's like, hey, you home? I'm like, no, I'm gone. So it's like, we're both going to be home in Nashville. Oh, we're both going to be home in Nashville in January, so it's on.
So there's been a few festival announcements, as I said earlier, with KoRn. Are you guys working on a new album?
We are. We got a lot of guitars done, but we're not finished with the guitars, and we got. I think the drums are done, but we're gonna still write more. And bass is not even close to being done. So we got basically the songs, most of the songs written, and Jonathan's messing around with a little bit of vocals. So you know what? Everyone's chilling this year. We needed the time off, and you know, God was looking out for us because all the stuff we had to endure this year, you know, and especially Jonathan. And we took the most time off than KoRn has in years, maybe even ever, because they always, man, when I left, I was like, thank God I could just sit at home for a while, because everyone's always booking shows. So it's like, dude, can we have a life too? Like some of these bands go away for 2 years, you know, and then come back. KoRn would always book shows even on time off. It's like, give everybody a rest, man.
Yeah, no, I know Jonathan must have had a shit year.
Yeah.
So, Jennea, now that you're a young adult, how is your relationship with your dad? And I can obviously sort of see it from here.
It's spicy. I was trying to tell you that. Oh my gosh, we like. I honestly, I realized today that like our bond, when you have a single parent, like your bond is just different than, I don't know. It's always been me and him. So we are so close. Like we have an understanding of the things that we've been through together and stuff, and so there's just this like love, you know what I mean? Just like a respect, understanding, love sort of thing, you know. And so yeah, we're super close.
May I ask, are you still in contact?
Here and there, but it's kind of stayed to that right now, you know what I mean? She's doing her thing, I'm doing mine, you know. But yeah, here and there. I love her to death. Yes.
When you left KoRn, have you ever listened to the albums that they recorded without you? And have you ever questioned when they collaborated with songs?
Yeah, I listened to all of them. I told myself I wasn't gonna because there was stuff said in the media and or whatnot, and I'm like, I just want to forget about them. I just want to forget about that. Yeah, I just want to do my own thing, you know. But then I couldn't resist. I was like, I just gotta hear it. And when Skrillex came out and that song "Get Up," oh my gosh, I loved it. I was like, what? This is crazy. And I know the fans were divided, but that song particularly was slamming and very melodic, and so I was blown away. You know, some of the other albums I liked better than the others. You know, I don't even remember the names of them. I just block them out. No, I'm just joking. No, some of them I like better than others. You know, I thought James Monkey Schaefer did an incredible job keeping the guitars and writing with, you know, while I was gone and everything. And so he got tired though. When I came back, he was like, I'm so glad I don't gotta do it all, you know.
Have you ever gave constructive criticism to your dad?
You got great questions.
Honestly, I need to like shut my mouth sometimes because I give my opinion a lot, and he's like, okay, but yeah, for sure. And you listen too. You're a good sport. Even when I'm like, this season, da 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 da.
Her and Tiffany from Awakening Youth, the boarding school, she's been there forever. They gang up on me sometimes. They're like, when did we?
Yeah.
That's Ice Cube.
Yep.
Give us Snoop Dogg.
Yep. We're like
Family values.
Can you believe that?
Lil Yachty.
She's from the boarding school, and they're hitting me up on music advice. No, but it's good advice too, and I agree with most of it.
Family values tour reunion. That would be awesome.
Wouldn't that be sick? With like new bands too and new artists. I think that'd be so sick.
Remember that was.
How fun would it be in like 20 years and Ice Cube's like all white hair and he's like gangster rap, you know, a grandpa gangster rap? Talk about G.
Family values 2020. Is there anything that you wanted to say or add to your fans about the film?
I would just say I really hope that y'all would check it out. It's a very unique story. It's way more than a rock doc because all of our fans over the years I've seen that we struggled through the similar things. You know, we're just broken people who got through life with music, you know, and our fans too, and we were able to give that to them. So they're going to relate a lot to the family dynamics and addiction and depression, and so I hope to encourage a lot of them. So you guys check it out. It's all love. What about you?
About me, I really want people. Okay, so the main things for me on the film, it's like, stop it. It's like family connection is really important, like father-daughter relationship, female empowerment, and like teen suicide, teen depression. I think that's really prevalent, and I think those ideas are. I just hope that people know that that's really what the movies focus on. Obviously, the KoRn and stuff, but it's about a father and daughter who struggle with depression, anger, anxiety, all of these things, and overcame it. And so it's inspiring. I guess it's inspiring. I don't say so myself.